Let's talk about the rejection email, guys. Something that I've long hated as a job seeker, and most companies could give a 2 cents about it. Do you know what your rejection email says, number one? And have you changed it? What's the philosophy there?
So our rejection emails only get triggered if you have not been spoken to. So if you have not been spoken to, that is the only time you'll get a sort of standard rejection email from us, and it will say that unfortunately, we weren't able to consider your resume at this time, but we again really appreciate the time you took to apply for the job. We highly encourage you to join our talent community, learn more about Organon. So it's trying to as opposed to saying shutting somebody a candidate down and saying sorry you're no good so we don't want you to talk to us, we're really trying to say look, this just might not have been the right job for you, so please do stay in touch because we value your time and your experience. But if you have been spoken to, then you will get a call back from a recruiter and you will be, you'll have the conversation. And we try and encourage our recruiters to give really good constructive feedback to the candidate and give them real world examples of where they can improve to maybe do better at the job next time.
Jeff, there's a new law coming into effect in Canada about communicating with candidates, correct?
I think so, yes. Yeah.
Have you guys looked into this? I mean, I don't think it goes into enforcement until maybe end of year or early next year, right? It's is
Oh,
it
there are so many laws that we're looking into right now. There's EU laws, there's Canadian laws, there's so many of them. Our heads are kind of spinning right now with all the employment laws that are being passed. But yeah, we'll definitely. I think we already for the Canadian law, I believe we already comply. Um, but
right?
for any other law like pay transparency and stuff, we're working on that right now.
Is it a
The
rejection law, Alex?
It is every candidate that applies, I believe it's in Ontario, is required to receive a final notice about what the status is and why, like some form of justification for why they weren't selected,
Interesting.
which takes explainability to a whole nother level.
Mhm. I would add the same thing is that it's our emails are similar. We try and provide as much information about stay in touch and that maybe not right now, but in the future. But I do have another real world experience. So there was a role that I applied to and I withdrew from the process. And then I got a disposition email saying you're not selected, which I thought was interesting.
You're like, no
And
kidding.
I wanted to like say, no, no, I withdrew. Let's get that on the record in case I decide to apply
I
again.
rejected you.
Right. I
Exactly.
broke up with you first.
That's where my brain's
Exactly.
going.
It's me,
Exactly.
not you.
Hmm.
That's funny. I had a client once who they ran an eye care firm, eye care centers across the Midwest, and I had them they put in a coupon code in their rejection email
Hmm.
to save like $50 on a pair of glasses. So every rejected candidate got them, and they sent out a lot, thousands per month. So it did help drive store traffic as well. And I think most companies, if they're consumer facing like that, that's a chance there. That's a win. That's an easy win. That gives something back to the candidate, right? That's what I think most companies miss about the rejection email. They fail to just it's a poor tone, usually written, written poorly. That's a poor tone in there. But if there's a way you can give back something to the seeker for their time for applying, do that. And
Hmm.
it could be something as little as, hey, here's another resource for you to go and find other jobs in pharma or whatever, whatever niche they're in or something like that. So think
We
about
did
that
that.
rejection email.
We did that at CVS. We talked about doing the coupon because basically if you have a $5 coupon, that basket kind of turns into $20,
Yeah.
which is a little questionable, right? But then at CVS we also had a tool called it's into currently it's called Candidate Care. And it used to be part of Career Arc and then it's now part of Into, but every person who does not get the job, they have a link to join the candidate care for CVS. And it doesn't just provide, so it provides like interview tools and, um, lessons that you can go through to help update your resumes, all those kind of things. And then it also has its own job board. And initially we were, okay, let's keep it at CVS jobs only. And then when, of course, we looked at the data and how many applicants we actually get and how many applicants we actually hire, we were like, well, what is the harm of opening it up to all jobs that are out there that come through that job board? And it's still in play and they still use it. And it was just one of our ways of kind of softening the rejection or the disposition out of a position.
Yeah, that's the key there. Soften the rejection,
Mhm.
it certainly it doesn't cost you much to do something like that. I think I wish more companies would pay attention to that stuff.